Okay, if you just join us, welcome to our live stream of certain renewable energy, EV, and the solar stocks. So we'll first of all begin with RESS. Some days ago, we just covered this piece, this stock, and the trend analysis for RESS appears to says that RESS appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Shares are presently above the 200-day moving average, which is rising along with the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index or ADX is below 20. So we have a live trading session here, live event for RESS. It's currently up 7.38%. Right now. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, yeah, it's not not as active as other stocks. So we'll just quickly have a look at the second one, SVLT. SVLT. Yes, SunVolt. That's what we are right now. What we are looking at is SunVolt. And it's not that active as well. Let's have a look at RESS. Okay. Yes, it's currently trading above its volume average price line, I believe. Yes, it's trading above it. Let's see what we have here for SunVolt. SunVolt Energy. Okay, SunVolt, yeah, of course, we already know that it's up 7.38%. Okay, there isn't any technical analysis, no technical data for SunVolt, so we'll just quickly move on to the next one, which will be Sunworks, SUNW. Okay, this is the live session for Sunworks Energy. Sunworks, yes. Sunworks is up 7.4% today in the session of the 19th of January 2020. Okay, let's see what we can digest about Sunworks. Okay, we already know it's one of the popular stocks in the renewable energy and solar space. It has a market cap of $188.8 million, 16.629 shares outstanding, and 6.6% of that 16.62 million are sold short. So Sunworks appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average, it's upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that it is outperforming the S&P 500. Momentum for Sunworks is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors are presently have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. I believe so. Today's volume is on track to be lighter than usual, with 2.364 million shares haven't traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So this is what's going on right now. Sunworks is currently trading above all its trend lines, the ones we have here. That's a 10, 20, 50, 200 day and the volume weighted average index. You can see what's going on there. And we're using a type of 1 minute. That is this chart is updated every 1 minute. Okay, so next stock will be FCEL, FCEL Energy. Okay, FCEL is also up in the March session of today, the 19th. It's up 12.41%. It's quite active at the moment. Slightly more active than Sunworks. It's also trading above all those trend lines. So let's have a look and see what's here. So we're also trying to see if we can, there are other ways we can trade some of the stocks because they're already trading at very high prices at the moment. Okay, it's currently 21.2 million have crossed the tape so far. It says here Q4 earnings expected on the 21st. That will be on Thursday. Mean estimates from Sixth Analysis is minus $0.4 with a range of minus 0.09 to 0.07, an increase of 64.17% from the same period a year ago. Estimate is $17.05 million and $60.01 million increase from the same period a year ago. So FCEL Energy is actually making money. It has a market cap of $5.1 billion. Some time ago it was trading at $5 and people were asking if it was going to reach $20. Well, we're not very far from that now. It has very high number of shares, 319.707 million dollars. 31% of them are held by institutions and 13.49% of them are sold short. Okay, it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above 0. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. The last 10 days have seen significant volume in FCEL, volume above the average for the last year. Today is no exception, with 21.205 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, so let's see now. FCEL Energy is becoming a little bit too expensive for certain market participants. Let's see other ways that the stock can be traded. Obviously, one of the other ways is through options. And let's see what's going on here. So this will expire on the 19th. So the problem with some of the stocks is that they gap in the pre-market, and when they do that, sometimes they really don't. They may not add a lot more gains when the market starts to trade. So if they are already up in the pre-market, they tend to remain. Some of them might remain within. When the market opens, nothing more might be added. So you may not be able to achieve some of those gains when you come to the options side of the equity of the security. So I guess the best bet is to if you really feel positive about then if you can if you really have to trade the options, they are highly risky. If you really have to trade them, then you can always trade right now. It's going on, but a lot happens in the pre-market. So if you have to really do so, one of the ways you can also do it is to trade for subsequent sessions, and see how it goes. So but right now we are looking at this. So if you want to take a contract of this, that will cost you about $205. That means you are projecting a you're bullish, and then because this is the call, this is the call side. Then so you're projecting that at some point it will continue to appreciate in price. So let's see. So it's currently up 12.56%. Let's see if we can find out what the price for this has been, how much it has appreciated today. Let's see. Today is okay. Let's see. So it's currently 1783. So this, let's see. See, it has added. No, okay. We can get. You can get a quote of that. Let's see. Okay, so he has added 30.43% today, that particular issue. So that is more than 100% of more than 100% of the underlying equity itself. Okay, so we'll quickly move on to the next equity, which will be Plug Power. Plug Power, certain market participants believe is partly behind the appreciation of fuel cell energy. Plug Power is by far more expensive than fuel cell, and they are broadly in the same electrical equipment category, I believe. Yes, electrical equipment, yes. So but you can see it's up, its price is about $65.51, whereas Plug Power is about roughly $17 and some fraction. Let's see what's going on here live for Plug Power. So okay, Plug Power is also has pulled back below its 10-day and 20-day trend lines. So certain market participants may find out that this might be an opportunity to just jump in to see what they can make, just in a very short time, not for the long term. So I mean, for those who are brave enough, for those who trade, who do day trading, so you can see it's below those two trend lines. That's the 10-day and the 20-day, but it's trying to surpass them right now. So it has converged with okay, that 20 seems to be a resistance for it at the moment. At some point earlier on today, it was above all of them. The price was above all of them. So let's return and see what we can digest about Plug Power. It appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. It's outperforming the S&P 500 index. Okay, momentum for plug power as measured by the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is also waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. The last 10 days have seen significant volume in plug power, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 21.281 million shares having been traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers, because you can see it has a price rate of change of 95.1. Okay, and 49% of this 468 million shares are held by institutions. 13.57% of this 468 million shares are held by institutions. So it will take roughly 2 days to cover this 13.57% short positions. So these are good stocks to buy. They are good stocks to trade. Good stocks. Fundamentally and otherwise, because these stocks, plug power, fuel cell, and indeed some works. They're all in the business of renewable energy, and we know that the sale is in their wind. The wind is in their sails at the moment, because we obviously have an administration in the US that is likely to favor them, and they on top of that, they also have this skepticism in the form of short positions, and these short positions lock in money. So in the case of plug power, so this 13.57% simply indicates that we have how much will that be? 13.57% times $28.1 billion. Okay, divided by 100, that will give you $3.81 million. That is the amount of money that is yet on the sidelines that will go in. So it's based on the data. It says it's going to take about 2 days if they decide to if all those shots have to be covered. So that's a lot of money. That's a healthy amount of skepticism towards these stocks. Okay, so before we move on to the next one, we can see that trend. Okay, so it's also trading below. It's now traded down below its I believe that's the 50-day trend line. So setting up itself for a good entry for those who are brave enough, who know what they're doing. Okay, so we will move on to the next equity. That will be Solo Electromechanical. So Electromechanical is down 1.04% in the session of today, the 19th of January 2020. It's trading below its 10-day and 20-day trend lines, and also its volume weighted average price, quite active as well. And the good thing about Electromechanical, it's also slightly more affordable. So we'll have a look and see if its options are the sort that one can get his or her hands on, based on the fact that it doesn't cost so much. So let's have a look. That would be SOLO. very sorry about that. Okay, so yes, as we already know, it's down. It's currently down 1.32%, and the average volume is about 5.5 million shares. So it has a market cap of $617.0 million, 81.716 million shares are on float. So we have, and 4% of them are held by institutions. So let's have a look and see. And then it has a short interest of 10.53%. So we're looking at roughly $61 million in the sidelines as well. So it's also another stock that has very good skepticism towards it, even though it could be more. So Solo appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. It's outperforming the S&P 500 index. Momentum for Solo, as measured by the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, is waning as well. This means that investors are presently less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. Today's volume is in line with the norm for this point in the day, with 5.474 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume on indicators is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, let's quickly have a look and see what's going on the options pit. So you can see they're by far more affordable. You can see you can afford, and if you really want to do it, you can afford to stake $79. If you want to take a contract on this, it will cost you $79, and then for this is the strike price of $9. It will cost you $55. For $10, it will cost you $49, and you have about 31 days before it expires. So it's all risky, and if you really feel that you can spare $32 and put it there, maybe whatever it is, see how it goes. You can see this volume for the $10 strike is probably the highest, and for this February 19 options. So, and also you can see the spread is not that bad. You can see you have an ask of $41 and a bid of $40. So quite tidy as well. And so if it's if you think it's worth it for you, you can always do so. So, and currently it's down in the session of today. Let's see further down. It might even be cheaper. You can see further down here, you have the $12 strike is about $26 to get into one contract. So it will be $26 to get into one contract. So that's all. Those are the other ways you can trade some of these much more cheaper stocks. So let's have a look here and see what's going on. It's also currently, yes, it's trading below its 10-day and 20-day trend lines, and also below its volume average weighted price as well. Yeah, and I believe also it's also trading. Actually, as a matter of fact, it's trying to trade below all of its trend lines, the ones we have here right now. So because it's this red one, I believe might be. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. That's the red one. So this is the 200-day trend line. That one. Okay, so it's setting itself up for So some market participants should dive in. It could be, you decide. Do you want to day trade? You could put $100 there and see what's going to come out. You can try that on its in the options as we indicated. So the next one will be CCIV, Churchill Capital. Churchill Capital is a SPAC stock. I think they plan to merge with one of these companies. We'll find out the company they are probably trying to merge with. So currently it's currently trading below its 10-day and 20-day trend lines. It's down 0.84%. So let's see. So yes, we already know it's down 0.82%. Let's see. When did this? Okay. So for some sessions now, it has been trading up and up and up. Okay. So it has a market cap of $4.8 billion, 258.750 million shares outstanding. 28% are held by institutions. So which stock is it again that it wants to merge with? Can we find out anything from here? But even if we don't find out, you already know that CCIV is one of the I believe it's a renewable energy or EV stock. Not very sure, but it's in that space. We couldn't find out which stock it's trying to merge with. So the next one, which will be Hydrogen Sun, HYSR. So it's up 19.52%, and right now on this 1 minute type of charting, it's slightly above its 10-day trend line. Okay. Also quite active as well. Okay, let's see what we can digest technically for HYSR, Sun Hydrogen. Okay, it has 64.1 million shares have traded so far. Okay, we have a 52-week high as well today. Price reached a new 52-week high of $0.25. This extends the previous high of 0.24 by 0.02, and it is 7,142.86% above its 52-week low of 0.00. Okay. So yes, because it's indicating here we have a position in it as well. So it's good that you know that we also have a position in Sun Hydrogen, and it has a market cap of $509.5 million, and 2.42 billion shares are sold short. Very high float. And Sun Hydrogen appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and they mark the histogram as above zero. Okay, I think we have an S1 disclosure as well here. Momentum for Sun Hydrogen strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. Today's volume have seen significant volume The last 10 days have seen significant volume in sun hydrogen, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, 64.128 million shares having traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish, the slope of the indicator is positive, and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So it has an S1 disclosure here today. I believe this was issued today. Let's see, let's have a look and see. So that's the disclosure. We don't have any date on this. Let's see, can we find any date? Okay, yes, today it was filed today, January the 19th of 2021. So what does it sign? I know it's registration under, it's trying to register more shares. Okay, so yes, okay, proposed aggregate price of 0.1355. Okay, so it's proposed maximum aggregate offering price, $17.886 million. Okay, let's find out if it's going to raise capital or if it's raising this funds or what. Okay, obviously you know that sun hydrogen is has a technology that extracts hydrogen from I believe it's not from hydrocarbons. So it uses solar energy to extract hydrogen, probably from water, I guess. And it has a patent. I think it's trying to pursue patency on some of those the technology. But I know the Gen 1 phase is operating right now. You can find it on their website and their stuff like that. Then the Gen 2 technology is building up from that Gen 1. And it has got two companies, one in Germany and I think one in the US, something like that, to develop the Gen 2 product. Okay, well, we just want to see if we can find out what it's doing with this, whether it's raising money. But let's see, that's user proceeds. Yes. Okay. Okay. The selling stockholder has not had any material relationship with the company in the last 3 years except as an investor. The number of shares owned are those beneficially owned as determined under the rules of the SEC, and information is not necessarily indicative of beneficial ownership for any other purpose. Okay, so we have assumed all shares of common stock reflected in the table will be sold from time to time in the offering covered by this prospectus, because the selling stockholder may offer all or any portions of the shares of common stock listed in the table below. No estimate can be given as to the amount of those shares of common stock covered by this prospectus that will be held by the selling stockholder upon the termination of the offering. Okay, let's see what. Okay, user proceeds. We will not receive proceeds from the sale of the shares of common stock by the selling stockholder. Okay, so this is a disclosure for the disposal of some of the common stock, about 132 million shares, which is about $17 million and some fraction. So yes, sorry, it took us some time to cover that. So the next one will be, while we're here, we just get on with it. ABML. Okay, we also have a position in this one, so Let's see what's going on live. ABML. Okay, so this is what's going on live with American Battery Metals. It's up 7.81%, but currently in this live session of the 1 minute type, it's below all of its trend lines above, apart from the 20-day, 200-day trend line. So it's nicely setting itself up for entry for certain interested day traders. Okay. Okay, we had to sort out a few things, and let's come back and see what's going on here technically. Okay, American Battery Metals appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 519.1% above an upward sloping moving average, 200-day moving average. Momentum for American Battery Metals is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay higher prices for shares. The last 10 days have seen significant volume in ABML, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 4.88 million shares having traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term accumulation has given way to near term selling pressure by traders. Okay, it has a float of 479 million shares, quite a hefty one. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So obviously, if this curve is moving up, it is definitely the work of market participants. They're definitely putting money. You know, the only time it will move up is when money has gone in. So they may have seen that it has slightly pulled back up below these trend lines, and they must have seen that as an opportunity to put in some money. Okay, so American Battery Metals is currently up 8.2% in the live session of today, the 19th of January 2020. So we'll quickly move on to the next one, GEVO. So GEVO is up 56.87%. Okay, you can see that. Not as active as the other ones we've seen now, and currently down. It's below its 10-day, 20-day, 50-day trend lines, but above its volume weighted average price. So let's see. We'll have a look and see if GEVO is also optionable. Okay, let's go in here and see. See, it has today's volume so far is 76.5 million shares, which is indicated as being above average. Okay, and you can see here, yes, it says a new 52-week high today, the 19th of January 2021. Price reached a 52-week high of $11.20. This exceeds the previous high of $7.62 by $3.58, and it is 2,334.78% above the 52-week high of, the 52-week low of $0.04. So you can see at some point the stock was trading at $0.46, and it may have been you that bought the stock at that price. Okay, so never say never, never say never. You know, we have covered some stocks that are trading at not even up to 10 cents. So never underestimate them. It is market participants like you and I who pushed the stock to where it is now. And indeed, they did that because there is a genuine reason to do so. And indeed, why not? You know. So it has a market cap of $778 million, 122.965 million shares are outstanding. 18% of them are held by institutions, and 13.84% of that 122.965 million shares are held by institutions. So we are talking about 78. So more than $80 million in the sidelines that can still go in. So, you know, this is all, it's all balanced up. You know, the stock is green. It's doing the stuff that is relevant at the moment, and at the same time there's also a healthy skepticism. And but it's going by the way it trades. It's going to take less than a day for all of that 90 or 80 million dollars to go in and be redeemed. So let's see here. It says GEVO congratulates Nobel Prize winner and co-founder Frances Arnold for being named the president-elect Joe Biden's science team. Oh, you see that already? You see, I mean, could that be what market participants saw and piled in their money on their stock? You can see that. Look at that. See, the science teams tasked with marshalling the force of science to drive the meaningful progress in the lives of people. The science team will help Biden-Harris administration confront some of the biggest crises and challenges of our time, including climate change. Oh, you can see that. So that's some big news. And GEVO appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that the issue is outperforming the S&P 500 index. Momentum for GEVO as measured by the 14-period slope stochastic oscillator is waning. This means that investors are presently less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. I believe this is not taking account of what is going on right now with this 56% increase. I wouldn't really buy that analysis. The last 10 days have seen significant volume in GEVO, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception. 76.504 million shares having already traded. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, so let's return and see what's going on here with GEVO. Okay, so it's still up 56.64%. So let's see. This is a very high increase. There's a good chance that it might also pull back a bit in the coming days. So just watch and see. So we promised to have a look at the options. Let's see. Okay, there are no options, so it's not. They're not optional at the moment. So if they were, they would have been very good to have a look at. If not, take a stake through. The next one will be looks very much like it, but it's not the same. GOEV, Canoe. So let's have a look over here and see. GOEV, Canoe. So Canoe is slightly down 1.47% and right now in the live session. So it's trading about below its 200-day trend line. So market participants will also deem that as a good buying opportunity as well. Okay, let's have a look over here and see what's on offer here. $4 billion, that's the market cap. We don't have any no data on its short interests. Okay, GOEV appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping. The MACD histogram is above zero. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that the issue is outperforming the S&P 500 index. Momentum for GOEV as measured by the 14-period slow stochastic escalator is waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking positions in profits in positions but at lower prices. Today's volume is 2.714 million shares so far. It's the norm for the stock, and at this point of the day, the unbalanced volume indicator shows that the longer term accumulation is giving way to near term selling pressure by traders. So let's see if we can see if Canoe has options. Yes, it does. Okay, let's see how much they are going for. Yes, they're still also affordable. So this is the February 19 calls. You can see this is affordable, $115. But it's a stretch. Really, you're looking at $35 strike, but never say never. But it also has the spreads of about $5. So yeah, let's see. This is currently trading at $16.65. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. This will cost you about $150 to enter now. So let's see what has happened so far with this so far today. Okay, it's down 13.69%. Okay. Week range of 0.85 to $8. Okay, why is it down? Let's see. Okay, yes, because Canoe is also down. The underlying stock is down. So, but if you believe Canoe will still appreciate in the coming days before the 31st of, okay, rather before the middle of February, you have about 31 days. You can always see whether you can try your hands on the options, because these stocks, this EV, solar, renewable stocks, they are currently very volatile. So if you're really careful, you can see what you can gain from this volatility. And like I said, don't stake a lot of money. Just a small amount of money. You can see these. This is only going to cost you $15 to trade it. So if you lose it, it's not a world. But further up, yes, that will cost you about $90. And yeah, just have a look and see for yourself. So the next one will be NIO. We'll return to that. Let's see. Okay, NIO is up, quite active. Is about roughly 2%. At some point, it was trading below all of these averages, and yes, it would have been deemed a good buying opportunity. Yeah. So let's return here and see what we can digest. Its market cap is $88.5 billion. Obviously, it's being considered a rival to Tesla, but people are still skeptical, and they don't believe it will catch up with Tesla. And $1.573 billion outstanding. Short interest is 4.32%. NIO appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping. The MACD histogram is above 0. It's outperforming the S&P 500 index. Okay, we have an analyst action here. Jeffries starts NIO at hold with a $60 price target. Okay. Momentum for NIO as measured by 14-period slow stochastic escalators waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions but at lower prices. Today's volume is 55.34 million shares so far. It's in norm with for this point of the day. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Would it have options? Would there be any points? They might be a little bit too expensive. So let's move on to the next one, which might be the last for now. It's XPENG. Oops. Let's see. XPEV, that's what we got wrong. Okay, it's XPENG is up 11.70%, and it's slightly below its 50-day trend line, I believe. That is it, and has surpassed it now, surpassed all of them now. Okay, let's have a look and see. Okay, XPENG has a market cap of $37.8 billion. It's a large cap, and shares outstanding is 394.95 million shares, and 20% of them are held by institutions. Okay, so it has a short interest of 2.43%, not so wonderful. Okay, and has analyst action. It says Jeffries starts XPENG at hold with a 54.40 price target. Okay, momentum for XPENG as measured by 14-period slow stochastic escalators waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking positions, may even be taking profits in positions but at lower prices. So today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 21.16% 21.016 shares having traded so far. Okay, the unbalanced volume indicator is positive. So so the unbalanced volume indicator shows that the longer term selling pressure has given way to near term accumulation by traders. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pulse reversal in near term trend. Okay, let's before we wrap this up, let's have a look again and see what's going on with GOEV, GEVO. Okay, GEVO is still rising further. It's now 57.59%. And let's see Sun Hydrogen, HYSR. Okay, it's up 19.05% as well. Okay, and it's currently cooling off based on this. Okay, no longer. Yeah, currently cooling off based on this 1 minute type of chart we're using to view this. So I mean, if you're trading, if you want to day trade, and this is a very good type to use. 1 minute, it gives you a right on the spot activity in the market of the price, so as against using something higher than that. So 1 minute is by far the closest you can get to what's going on in the market, and I believe other market participants don't have anything lower than that. So it's interesting to see what's going on. So Sun Hydrogen is currently up 20.24%. You must have heard about their Gen 1 and Gen 2 technology, where they in the Gen 1 they were able to extract some hydrogen from I believe it's water. It's definitely not from any hydrocarbon, and it worked. There's a YouTube video about it, or if not on their website or stuff like that. And but they're now working on the Gen 2, which will be which will employ nanotechnology to enhance the solar energy and further extract yet more hydrogen. So the company is a company in the works. It's very much in the development phase. Okay, so before we wrap up, let's have a look at ABML. American Battery Metals is up 8.59%, and may even be setting itself up for market participants to also dive in and see what they can make in a very short term. Okay, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share if you're already a subscriber. Thank you very much for watching this video.